Hey, Horsefly back again. Abernathy Farm today. And being fancy here, we're going to do a power plant. This is all thanks to Nostalgic Lily. She did a really cool power plant at Egret Tours Marina, maybe? I don't know. She did a really cool job. And I honestly forgot to look. I think it's up in the 700 range where my power is, which is really unimportant. But as you can see through the window there, I have some hydroelectric, some big wind turbines, just some all sorts of power powering this plant here. And the reason I stuck it at Abernathy here was kind of because I felt like it'd be a fun part to the game if you had some settlements that were close by each other. Hey, why not put a little extra power in one or two of them, one of the settlements, and run some electricity over to the other two, so you don't have to have some noisy, annoying, generators running with smoke puffing out or whatever. Although the new 100 power generators are great, the fusion generators, but I thought it would be a fun experiment. Plus, the decorations and furniture expansion pack in the mods. Really, that's another reason that I kind of went this way with the power plant, because I wanted to do basically, like you can see here, a little underground stream coming out and getting funneled into basically one of the original windmills to use as a water turbine. And decorations and furniture expansion pack, I believe, is the one that has where you can put pools in, and it has a little waterfall features and a ton of different surfaces to the water, from marshy to like the one at Sanctuary. I think that's the one I ended up using. And just a bunch of really cool water features. And I played around with them in an earlier build on Hangman's Alley, but which was fun. It got me a little bit of experience using them. But yeah, I turned it into basically a water turbine. And here's the man-made bit of the stream that's funneling the water over to the wind turbine. The cool part about this that I found out after making it, I've got a great cement wall here on the one side of my settlement. As you can see, I did have to raise the top part of it up just a hair here. When the windmill blades were turning, they were flipping through the ceiling, so raised it up a little bit, put some grill work on it. I thought it turned out pretty cool. And again, as I've said in a couple of my other builds just recently, I am having a hard time assigning settlers to garden, to run a defense position, to run a store. So that's why my defense position, they're not off making rounds. Nope, just didn't get anybody assigned there. So got to rely on my turrets right now. I love this waterfall effect. As you went through, you got to see that it drains out. Have some tamed radstag down at the bottom end of the waterfall there. And I thought it fit in because you had the wild ones further down in the field there. Abernathy Outposts. Great signs going on in some of the mods. I think it's a better signs mod for that one. Nice penned-in area for the Brahmin. I think Abernathy Farm, even though you move the Brahmin trough, man, I think that stupid Brahmin still stays stuck in that original area. So I kind of had to find a way to put his pen where I did. Got some outhouses for some of the settlers here. Big wind turbines. Just trying to break up the surface of it. That's really what this walkway's for. I could have stuck a guard up there, but really it's to break up the front of the structure so it looks a little more interesting. A little peek and see that I built around the wind turbine. Actually, a couple of them on the backside. And you get to see, I'll hop up on the rocks here. This is the penned-in junk fences to the left with the radstags. And here is where the water's kind of filtering down through the rocks. Turned out awesome, I thought. I think I had 1, 2, 3 waterfalls in all here. And the little water bits come in full pieces or quarter pieces, and you can clip them together. Turned out really well, I thought. Had a blast doing it. It was so much fun. Although I do have to admit, I spent days getting the original water feature part of this put in. So, fusion generator in here, and there's the original wind turbine. But I stuck it underneath the water feature, and I even had to make sure the way the water was coming down was turning the windmill blades the proper direction. Little control panel to monitor the output of the electricity. And I did connect all of the electricity in to the other electricity, so all connected in together. Put a little grate on the floor for water dripping off the blades. That digital water's horrible to deal with. At night, at the end here, I did my water generator in the beginning of the tour. So if anybody wanted to see how I did it, you can see that. And if you want to skip the rest, you're welcome to. But had fun with the rest of the tour. And at the very end, I do a nighttime tour just because, man, the electricity and the lighting with the water and stuff, even all around the settlement, turned out pretty well. So fair warning, the last 4 or 5 minutes of the tour is nighttime, and we go over a few of the areas that I showed off originally. Snap and build, man, they have some great industrial pieces here. I did a bunch of snap and build for the foundation of the other big blue lightning bolt generator that's going on there. That was kind of from the Brotherhood of Steel mission and build. Actually, not Brotherhood of Steel. You were at the Brotherhood, and then you went down into the Institute. So, but another mod there that makes a really cool generator for that. Thematic and practical bed. Makes some really interesting beds. So this lower area here is the kitchen. Well, the original living area for the inhabitants of Abernathy Farm. But in my version here, I have a restaurant up above, and this lower area is the prep area for the restaurant upstairs. So I didn't change much down here. I did move some stuff off the table, make some plates and things that they could carry upstairs and switch out with the the tables upstairs. I did do the bathroom door a bathroom stall door. I thought it turned out pretty cool. Yes, an outhouse wood toilet. But kind of a fun little bathroom. I kept the original location. I think I may have moved stuff around a little bit. Gave him some shelves, put some things on there from do-it-yourself to make it look a little more realistic. And we will hit the upstairs after we go through a little bit more. 2 cats still hanging around here. I think my first playthrough I had some super mutants kill the cats fairly quickly. Alright, on up the stairs. Because I was worried about my frame rate, I could have decorated a bunch more up here. But I ended up fighting some robots and put them as a few things to break up the surface, a little more visual interest. A supply line for like new wiring for the electrical up, underneath this structure. Just another control booth for all the electricity pumping around in here. I did put the little control computer towers, glitched them through the wall with place everywhere just because I wanted to make a little more room up here. Models stuck on the wall and a safe. I figured whoever was running the tower needed a bedroom up here. I don't think that's a thematic and practical bed, although it could be. Just some, radio, some fun decorations, great views out the window. You can see the Abernathy Post sign out there. So here's the walkway that comes from the control tower over to the restaurant with a big, huge more powerful turrets guarding a big missile turret guarding the power in the restaurant. Put some more signs up here. I think the restaurant's called Up and Over. Of course, the sign's facing the wrong way for us to see, but you might have got a glimpse of it on the way in. Some other, a little bit more of a fast food postings up above, but you know, it's post-apocalyptic, so you know, that works. Maybe they think that's fine dining in the Commonwealth. A view of the menu up there. The drink vending machine from Nuka-Cola World. At night, the lighting turned out pretty well up here. I decided not to do too much electricity. There's the cage lighting on the wiring that's kind of the original that stays up here. And then I put a few little smaller mood lighting for a nicer restaurant. And those Nuka-Cola bottles do a great job of little night lights. I really loved how Nostalgic Lily's lighting turned out on her power plant build. So that's why, another reason I did a nighttime tour, just the sparking of the electricity and the lights on at night. The game does a great job with it, so it was one thing I didn't want to miss out on. Okay, and down below, one of the mods I just got recently had these huge power armor stations, which we're about to go around here. I think I could take a quick trip over to the right, put a bunch of floorboards from Thematic and Practical just to make a pathway for anybody needing to work on the back of the windmill there. Here's that huge power armor workstation I was telling you about. I figured it fit the industrial vibe here. Now across the walkway, bottom floor, we have a power generator again, like we need more in here. And then the top floors are shops. A little mini Fallon's department store, a general gifts, Fallon's for clothing, some general gifts, and a weapons store all in here. And I can't tell you how much it bummed me out to not be able to assign settlers to some of this stuff and defense, and I don't know, hopefully it'll work itself out. But if not, I may have to restart. Another reason to do the tours. Great, some great signs in some of these mods. Really brings life, like the walk-in clinic there, and I figured this was a nice little waiting area. Instead of putting 4 shops up here and just mashing them in, I figured maybe they would try to keep people to sit and visit in here a little bit, maybe waiting for to get served and a game to play on. It lights up at night too, which is also another bonus. We got the Minuteman flag on the left there, and a big, huge, what is it, a 500 generator down here from Vault 88, workshop. Obviously, some more control panels. Got to fit in with the theme for running so much electricity. Put some shelves in here with some binders on, questions for operating the equipment. They had to get them back up running somewhere, right? So, figure they found some work binders above both stations. And then downstairs, put some empty radioactive barrels and a little push cart to wheel stuff around. Just things to fill in the believability and make it look lived in. Little ladder to work on the light bulb or electricity there. Bunch of junk shelves and, paint and different supplies on some of the pallets. Turned out pretty well. A fan to exhaust any fumes or heat out of the room. This elevator is a 4-floor elevator. The first 2 obviously are in this power generator room. Have a big door, only opens from the inside. I was thinking originally on putting a butcher shop at this door and then opening it up during the day, kind of dealing with the rad stag over across the way. And don't know if you noticed on my little tour through in the beginning, there were some hides that I had sitting out there. Anyway, so elevator goes all 4 floors. Here is the 3rd floor where we came in on, the medical clinic. So I did put another shop in here, but as you would kind of hope, nice physician sign there. You'd kind of hope if you're going to get some medical treatment, you don't have to sit out in the open air. Yeah, I've done it before in many of my settlements, but this one felt like I needed to fill up some space inside and make a little area for someone to get some help, get work done. Kim's station over across the way, and a microscope and wheelchair. Then another bedroom maybe for kind of some of the people working in the shops. Filled out some more stuff from do-it-yourself. Great shelves and things to just make it look lived in. Nice glass window to look out on the elevator. And from the inside heading out, all the stairs go up. You might notice, I don't know if I look down now. Yep, there you go. You can see clear drop down all the way to the basement from the top of the stairs. So here's the overseer / settlement. Whoever's in charge of the settlement here. My place, whoever's place is to run it. Some more pictures. On the lower floor by the clinic, they had a kind of a cool one on the back of the elevator there. Like an Alka-Seltzer one, if I remember correctly. Rolaids or something. Lake Abernathy. Getting ready to watch TV. He's all excited for his show to come on. Really some nice colors on some of these fridges and tables and things. Tried to tie stuff in together, so yes, that was on purpose. Tried to make things look pretty cool. Put some interesting posters up and lighting. Little laundry area and workout area at the kind of the foot of the bedroom. Some free weights and some exercise motivational posters. Also with some of these walls in here, I did try to put a few of the warehouse corrugated ones that had holes in, but I made sure to use thematic and practical and some of those to really try to patch up some of the holes and break up the repetitiveness in the walls. Kind of a nice bathroom setup. I like putting the perk one either by an exercise place or in the bathroom because it feels like it's like a health-related thing. All right, we're going to drop back down here. We're getting close to the end of the first part of the tour. We'll pop out here, and if you guys want to stick around, feel free. I might make a comment or two, but otherwise, we're opening up the huge garage door, and we're looking back across to the hydroelectric plant. There we go, fancy upload transition. I did not edit any of this other than on my Xbox. I do have an Apple, and I just can't seem to get my iMovie updated, and so I still stick with it here. Nice waterfall at night, lights up. It looks pretty cool. We'll pop in there and take a look at that. Love the game at night. I know sometimes it's hard, and a lot of YouTubers don't do very many videos with the lighting, but I thought I would do a quick run through because some of it turns out so well. And I know some of them I like. I don't feel like you have to have so much light in there. It's just almost overwhelming. It's nice to see these little pockets of, bring the interest out where you put the light on, like trying to bring out the surface of the water and the waterfall coming down and workstations and things like that. So I didn't try to light everything up. Sometimes like this little area over here might be a little dark, but I do like the mix between more of the oil lit lanterns and between the actual electric bulbs going around. So kind of like to mix that. I felt like the original old place would be a little more electric lighting than some of the other stuff that I added on. I thought it was kind of a nice little restaurant at night. Get a look at the glow from the big generator over there and enjoy the night sky while your missile launcher will protect you from ghouls and super mutants and such. So I do kind of run through it quick since I already did the tour, but turns out pretty well anyway. take a peek over here to see how it's lit up in the stores. But one light pretty much above each shop, and then that game turned out perfect. It plugs in and lights up and makes its own little focal point. I kind of like the dimmer area for the beds here. The Nuka-Cola and the little fusion core candle on the table made it a little lower lighting. People getting medical attention could be more tired. They don't want blaring light on them. Or so it would seem. Alright. Down into the big power generator location to see kind of some of the instrument panels have a little bit low light and some minor lighting. A little more automatic back down this way. Figured they probably wouldn't have quite as much lit up. Another good view of the blue light emitting power generator. And again, TV and the light are, you know, big focal point in many people's homes, so I figured lower light getting the food and TV focal point like a lot of people like nowadays. Some light going on in the bedroom. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll let you finish off to the end here, and if you like it, give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.